wasn't there this plan? I mean, since you've brought up the idea of Latin America and all of that, wasn't there already a plan that Trump had proposed during his first term where he asked Mexico to create a wall to stop illegal immigration all at the expense of Mexico? Do you think this is something that is feasible or something that may cause tension between the U.S. and neighboring countries, especially in Latin America like Mexico?
I think it will cause a lot of tension, and Mexico, it is very important to the United States as economic sphere. So that political tension or social tension, it will, by way or another, affect the economic trade relation, etc. It is not healthy, by a way or another, in relation among North American countries. And with also Latin Americans, because it's another problem that he also wants to prevent totally those who are coming from other Latin American countries. So I think it's a very crucial issue, and it will have a lot of negative consequences both inside and concerning the international relation or foreign relation of the United States.
Well, since you brought up about the idea of having negative consequences on the U.S. market because of mass immigration and deportation of these migrants, what kind of risks could undocumented workers leaving the industries related to these immigrant labor, like for instance, the border towns, or rather border states between Mexico and the US, like Texas and other states as well, are heavily reliant on illegal migrants in their workforce. How will it affect these states?
I think it's not, there is no one trend to all states. I think the one who will be highly affected is the southern states of the United States, because those are the very close to Mexico and Latin America. Those also have millions of people socially and economically connected to those in Mexico and Latin America. So I think the one who will be suffered, if I can call it, from such policies of Trump, it will be the southern states of the United States.
Okay. Could I ask you, will the implementation of a national immigrant registry undermine America's image as a global leader when it comes to human rights? Because they want these immigrants to register. Is this something that goes against the idea of championing human rights?
I think yes, because you know that the right for traveling for immigrants is one of the basic rights. The International Declaration of Human Rights mentioned it clearly. So as Trump is trying to constrain such rights, in that very, what is to say, or I can say tough way, I think that will affect on the American image, because historically United States represents itself as the one which is open for all nations, for all countries, for humans, for different humans, which is respecting different religions, ethnicity, etc., etc. So to block its borders and to prevent people from going to the United States and to deal in such a tough way with immigrants, I think that will affect negatively the image of the United States.
So my final question for you, Doctor, is in your perspective, how might stricter immigration policies influence the long-term economic productivity in the U.S.? And also, will it affect the legal immigrants as well? Will they have some sort of fear of having to exit the labor market in the U.S. or being deported?
It will, by way or another, affect, as I mentioned, negatively, because also of the immigrants, and particularly illegal immigrants, work with very low, payment, and that I think add a lot to the factors, to other jobs and work they are doing. So I think that most of the American highly educated, etc., will not doing the same. And if they will do the same, they will ask for high wages and salaries. So I think it will. It is not good by all means.
Yes.
And by way or another, any economy which is going and trying to make breakthrough and growth, etc., need more and more work, more and more hands.